Hello and welcome to another video. So today I am going to tell you a story about the midnight fairies. So let's begin. So one day Megan went to her grandma's house. At her grandma's house she would always have lots of fun. So her mother went away for work. So she would stay at her grandma's house for few weeks. So she had a lot of fun. But the second night she lost her beautiful necklace with a flower on it. So she was looking for it very much. Her grandma also looked everywhere as I mean everywhere, but not the backyard because it was already night. And so at the village, she was in her village and her grandma also lived in the village. So at night, no villagers got out because they always feared like fairies and other cosmic entities that most of people don't believe in today, but villagers always believed in them. So villagers would always fear them, but now as Megan wanted her necklace back so much that she almost forced her grandmother to go outside, but her grandmother comforted her and told her that they should go out at day because at day they would have a better view of their backyard and so they could find the necklace. So Megan went to bed very sad, but still Megan went ahead and slept. But when she slept, she could not sleep because at night she was thinking about her necklace, and so as she was thinking about her necklace, she could not sleep. So at midnight she got up from her bed and started to look through the window. It did not fear her she did not fear anything, so she would calmly look at the window, and there she saw something sparkling, but she didn't believe that it was a necklace. So suddenly some fairies appeared in the backyard, and there tonight there was moonlight, and so fairies would always dance in the moonlight. So there fairies suddenly found the necklace of Megan's necklace, and as the fairies found that necklace, they quickly took that necklace and tucked it under a stone safely so that if anyone lost it they could find it easily. And then suddenly Megan looked at the fairies. She gasped in fear, but she also looked at them amazed because they were looking very beautiful. Then suddenly the fairies realized that to the people who this necklace belonged to, and it belonged to Megan. And as the fairies realized this, they went up to Megan, and as Megan was shocked and she gasped in fear, the fairies also comforted her and told her that the fairies liked her because she did not fear her or attack them. So they invited her to join the dancing party under the moonlight of their backyard. So suddenly one of the fairies dusted her with some moon dust, and as suddenly Megan can fly at her own will. So as she did that, she flew through the sky, and as she flew through the sky, she saw many things, and suddenly she came down at their backyard. She saw that there was a beautiful flower necklace, and she wore it and started to fly again. And as she wore it and flied through the sky, it started to bounce in the air, and as it started to bounce in the air, Megan started to fly with her arms open, and then the necklace was bouncing off her neck. And so as this was going on, suddenly Megan landed on the ground, and as she landed on the ground, she was dancing and playing with the fairies. The fairies were also dancing and playing, and suddenly one of the fairies told her to stop, and as Megan stopped dancing, and suddenly another fairy dusted the necklace with some stardust, and as she dusted the necklace with stardust, the necklace turned into a beautiful fairy necklace, and there was a fairy sculpture in the middle of the necklace. Megan took it in her hands and started to admire the necklace, and as she started to admire the necklace, suddenly one of the fairies said that this is you, Megan. And then Megan looked at the necklace again, and then she thought that this necklace looked very similar and almost familiar to her. Then another fairy confirmed that it was her, and so Megan was very happy. And then all the other fairies told her goodbyes, and then Megan sneakily went inside and she slept in her grandma's cozy bed, in her grandma's cozy house, in the cozy bed, and she fell asleep without any tension of losing the necklace. And then in the next day she woke up and then holded the necklace in her hand, and then she realized that it wasn't a dream because in the middle of the necklace there was her fairy sculpture. And then she remembered that she promised the fairies that she would not tell anyone about their powers. or the fairies may lose their powers. So this is the reason why Megan did not say anything to her grandmother, and suddenly her grandmother burst open in the door and told her good morning. And then her grandmother realized that she had found her necklace. Yes. Then and Megan gave her an excuse that it was just in her house, and grandmother believed it as always, and the grandmother also supported her. And so after this incident, Megan went to bed again, and then she woke up at 12 a.m. exactly there. So this is the end of our video. So tata and goodbye, see you tomorrow again. And then in the next night, at that moment when she woke up at 12 a.m., she realized that the midnight fairies and came for her, and they were looking for her. So this is the end of our video. So tata and goodbye, see you tomorrow again.